Hi, I'm with my dear friend Diana, and she's on the left coast, um, in beautiful
Woodland Hills now,
Woodland Hills, California.
very close
And
to
Diana
just
is
over the mountain from Malibu, like past
how
Topanga
is Diana?
Canyon. Hit today by talking about the importance of objects that matter to us. And when we're doing a special occasion, even if it's just a daily tea, that you start with picking objects that are important to you. And so I wanted to start by showing a classic teacup. This was my mother's tea set that she got when getting married. And it
It's
has
really
a year
pretty.
of age. It has a little gold on the edge. It started to wear off. And one of the things that's really great about using objects that you care about and that have a history with you or with your family is that it gives you a story. When you're talking, it gives someone will look at it and see the beautiful object, ask a question, and we're all storytellers, and all we really want to do whenever we meet for a meal, right, is just tell our stories. And this
Well, we
gives you
are
an
from
opening.
the South.
This is another one. Same, if we're talking classic tea stuff, this was my grandmother Betty down there on North Street. Had this
Oh,
beautiful little berry bowl. You put a bunch of little berries and it's beautiful. It's not only is it pretty and of her time, but it's something that I remember her by. So I wanted to start by talking about when you're putting a table together, how important it is that at least one object on the table be something that's beautiful to you that inspires a story,
oh, that's a great idea.
right?
Yes.
And then let me tilt down here and I want to talk a little bit about tea directly. This is like a little Japanese little pottery vase and a little toy, uh, little Japanese toy and a beautiful Japanese clay pot that's
It's
made with
really
ground
pretty.
clay. And these are all really like cheap items. Well, maybe not this. This came from our friend Steve, but really basic, beautiful items that you can find at yard sales and stuff that make things beautiful. And it's also really important, I think, to have to show where your tea came from. Like this is a great like Chinatown tea. It's jasmine downy pearl. It's really expensive and lovely. It has like these little pearls that open up as you put the hot water in
Ooh,
them. And one of the great
wow.
things about tea, it smells so good. One of the great things about tea is taking time with the ritual of doing tea. And little objects like this, like a special tea that you smell and you let it unwind. This is all part of like what the things you display on your table, and you bring your guest in to the just the daily motions of making the cup of tea. So it's not something distant that you just bring to them from the kitchen. It's an object that's part that they can touch and smell and be part of. Like I'm a color person. I'm sorry, I'm way too low here. I'm really into color. I know a lot of people really like white and basic flowers and just very, very simple tables. But I believe that it's better to have like a mix of things that, so as someone who's been a set decorator and a production designer for many, many years, one thing is you go into designing your house or a table for a party, and you have this idea that it should be this perfect thing, and usually it's something you saw in a magazine or a movie or something. It's an idea
Mhm.
that's been brought to you, and either because of money or time, you can't get it together to find the right thing. You aren't able to create that perfect image that you had in your mind. But I'm a big believer that after years and years of things going wrong, is that because you have no time, you have no money, the workarounds, oh, I wanted that perfect Art Deco teapot. When you can't get that and you have to get something that's maybe a little chipped or maybe it mismatches, those combinations that you have to find to make something work are the things that everybody remembers. Nobody
Yeah.
remembers the perfect Art Deco teapot.